All right, today we're going to dive into one of the most important ideas in writing clean code. It's a concept that'll take your work from kind of confusing to crystal clear, and it's called the single responsibility principle. But before we get to the solution, we got to talk about the problem. And it's a problem we've all run into, especially when we're just getting started. You open up a file and there it is, the everything class. Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That one monster class that seems to be involved in every single part of the application. It probably started out simple, but over time it ballooned. I mean, just look at how fast things can get out of control. So your class manages user profiles. Okay, sure. Then it's also processing payments and sending notification emails and generating reports. Before you know it, it's doing so many unrelated things, you might as well ask it to make the coffee too. It's a total mess. And here's the real kicker. When one class does everything, a tiny change somewhere, like say in how you generate a PDF report, can totally unexpectedly break something that has nothing to do with it, like payment processing. The whole thing is just fragile. It's an absolute nightmare to work with. So how in the world do we fix this? Let's actually step away from the code for a second. Let's think about this with a really simple real-world analogy. It all comes down to using the right tool for the job. Okay, think about a Swiss Army knife. Super cool, right? It's got the little blade, the corkscrew, those tiny scissors. It does a lot of stuff. But have you ever tried to professionally chop an onion with one? It's awful. It's clumsy. Now, compare that to a proper chef's knife. It does one thing. It cuts, and it does that one thing perfectly with total precision. And that is exactly what we're aiming for in our software. We don't want our code to be a clumsy Swiss Army knife. We want it to be like a professional chef's kitchen, filled with a bunch of specialized tools, where each one is perfect for its one specific job. So let's bring that idea right back into our code. This analogy leads us straight to the solution for that everything class nightmare we were talking about. And here it is, the single responsibility principle. Now, the official definition says that a class should have only one reason to change. But let's just make it way simpler. It should have only one job. That's it. That's the whole idea.
Seriously, if you don't remember anything else from this explainer, remember this phrase, one class, one job. This should be your new mantra, because it's the core idea that will lead you to clean, professional, and honestly, just much better code.
So, in a real world, this means we take that monster class from the beginning and we break it apart. The logic for processing payments, that goes into its own payment processor class. The code for sending emails, that moves to an email notifier class. Each one is small, it's focused, and it's an expert at its one single thing.
Okay, I hear you. This sounds like it could be more work up front, right? You're making more files, more classes. So why should you actually care? Well, let's talk about the payoff, because trust me, it's massive. First off, you're going to find bugs way faster. If something is wrong with emails, you know exactly where to go. The email notifier class. The bug is trapped in a tiny box. Second, testing becomes a piece of cake. Writing a test for one small function is so much easier than trying to test a giant class that does 10 things. And finally, your code becomes super easy to understand. A new person on your team can see a file named PDF generator and know exactly what it does without even opening it.
So just remember, this isn't just about being tidy for the sake of it. It's about making your own job easier, and it makes you an amazing teammate. This is, without a doubt, a core habit of every great developer.
All right, so we've gone through the problem, the analogy, and the solution. Now I've got a little challenge for you. It's time to take this idea from the screen and actually put it into practice. I want you to think about the code you're working on right now. I can pretty much guarantee there's a class in there that's doing a little too much. So what's one responsibility you can pull out of it? What's one small step you can take today to make your code just a little more specialized, more focused, and more professional? Go find it.